What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and before we get to our video, we wanted to let you know about our milestone giveaway for 1,000 subscribers.
We are giving away an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk, the original Sin tie-in. I'm sure everybody is familiar with this book. This is a CBCS 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Big boy.
This book is much hotter than it was when we first bought it for the show.
Yep, that's true.
You insist on still giving it away, and I'm very happy to do it.
You can tell that he is not. But anyway, we are giving this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Kick-ass, key issue, first appearance of Silk, is someone's going to win this book. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the video, shall we? Hey, yo, Nate. Do you think the wind is, like, blowing and it's trying to tell us something, but we just, like, don't know how to hear it anymore?
See, I actually said this to you earlier today, but this just reinforces me. I think you do drugs and just don't tell me.
That's not true. This is a bit.
Oh. Then yes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So what do you think it's trying to tell us?
Oh, I think it's the cries of dead people. And we're just barely hearing them.
Let's start the show. What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and we've got another new comic book day video for you for the week of June 20th. That is correct. We are halfway through June already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we've got a really decent sized week this week. And I'm not going to, I mean, we did the bit. We're done. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Let's just start. Let's just go. Let's do it. All right, first up, we have Avengers from McKay, issue number 2. 1 was pretty damn strong. Artwork, fantastic. The direction in which we're going with this group seems pretty damn solid. And we got a decent-sized hook from issue 1 where Captain Marvel has been transported, and now she's talking to Kang before the dude's Dunskies. So I'm excited for it. I mean, it's a direct answer to what we read in Free Comic Book Day. So if you haven't read that, check that out. I'm sure it's on Marvel Unlimited already, where we've got a new group of villains, potentially. Well, we don't know. We just got a new group of beings that are here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, and this is where we find out a little bit more about the previously hinted at tribulation events, where they find out about the dangers that are coming before they happen.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other cool thing is on a cover alert, we've got a really kick-ass Mark Brooks cover. So if you're looking for any cool variants, I highly recommend this one. This is a game time decision, but I'm sure I'm picking this one up, even though I've got a giant pull this week.
It's a really good one. I'm surprised you're not going with the 1 in 100 Perez Virgin variant.
I mean, I can't.
I'm just kidding because it's a 1 in 100.
Actually, I don't really like it.
And no, it was a joke for expensive, not for that it was a good book.
It just doesn't look good. It kind of looks weird.
Well, he's dead, so kind of a jerk now.
Oh wait, who is it?
George Perez.
Oops. Oh, it's so good. It looks so good.
So good, dude.
All right, let's move on.
What else looks good? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 3. Well, this cover is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The story is pretty cool, but what's not amazing is the artwork actually inside of it. It's just not. It's not the best. Now, when this Groot hive mind shows up, that looks pretty damn cool. So we'll see. You know, it looks like we're moving towards getting an answer of what the hell's going on. Where's Rocket? This is not a game time decision, but this issue is on notice. If I can't choke through the art on this one, I think I'm done.
Okay.
Which sucks because I think the story is really good.
This one, I mean, it's Guardians and it's me, so this gets at least the first 5 issues, the first arc.
You're stronger than me.
I don't know if it's issue 4 or issue 5, but we get a hint at Jonathan Hickman's gods. Like there's like a 1-page excerpt written by Jonathan Hickman.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right. After that, we have Hellcat issue number 4. I mean, each issue has essentially been the pick of the week for me, at least. Cantwell is doing a fantastic job with this little murder mystery right here that we got, and so I am pretty sure I'm going to continue it to be a potential pick of the week. Covers got me intrigued. A lot of shit dropped in the last issue that I can't quite remember, but I know it was good.
Yeah, this has been Cantwell continuing to show that he's one of the best character driven writers
Hmm.
at Marvel right now. I think he can take characters no one's really caring about and make you care about them. And
Yep, 100%.
that's just that's smart business for Marvel. So keep letting him do it.
Yeah. Plus, the artwork in this book is really fucking good.
Very good.
All right, after that, we've got a new #1, and we have an Incredible Hulk issue #1 from Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein. Um, we talked about this on the previous show where a run ends and then a new run begins, and the fluidity and connectivity of it sometimes just doesn't feel like it connects, or it just doesn't. It's not. It's just not there, and I don't expect to see anything that Donny Cates and Ryan Otley did in their run to show up remotely in
No.
this, even though what happened at the end of Ryan Otley's little run that he took over, he established a whole new world of Hulks, right? And they're up there in the cosmos. So I feel like it would be kind of a shame to just wipe those characters out because I thought they were cool. The spaceship Hulk thing I could give two shits about
Yeah.
because it just fell flat, unfortunately. That being said, putting that all aside, I'm really excited for this book, and I'm not a huge Hulk fan. I'm more of a She-Hulk fan.
Me
Um,
neither. Yeah.
but it's Philip Kennedy Johnson. It's Nick Klein. Like
Yeah.
it sounds like you can do no wrong.
It's not even just those two, but it goes even further. I mean, I know Matt Wilson does most of the coloring for Nick Klein,
Mm-hmm.
but he's on the book as well, and so um, this is going to be Marvel putting out its best art.
No, I totally agree with you. With this is a powerhouse book right here,
Yep.
and I don't know. I mean, you could throw in a writer here, an artist here, and it still have that same effect. But this is still primo, and
Hmm.
I got high hopes for it. We'll see. I mean, it's very clear we're going to horror again. I mean, it just seems like we're always doing
Yeah.
horror with Hulk, but I think it's going to get really gritty here.
Yeah. I mean, it says right on the front, "The Age of Monsters has begun."
Here we go.
So,
All right, after that, we have Scarlet Witch's annual #1 from Orlando, the prelude to the Contest of Chaos. We are picking this up, but we are very leery, and it's not necessarily because it's Orlando and because it's Scarlet Witch, but this is the annual event that Marvel does every year where they tie in these big annuals that have this
mhm.
connective story. And the last time we did this, it really didn't do anything.
Yeah, and it was led by a writer we really trust, Judd McKay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So this is not a knock against Orlando either, because I believe
No,
Orlando's doing the whole event.
it's just what are we doing here? What we would assume that the annual was supposed to be something that's going to present itself within the next year of comics, and we didn't see that in the most
Mhm.
previous annual event. Maybe that's going to happen in the next 2 years. I don't know, but we're going to give it a shot because it is Steve Orlando, and it is an intriguing idea, right? We've got this what seems to be a chaos event where the Marvel universe is going to turn on itself. But it remains to be seen. Let's see what Orlando can do. I'm sure it'll be great, but I'm a little leery.
Yep.
All right. After that, we've got a big book incoming, Ultimate Invasions from Jonathan Hickman and Brian Hitch. So the Ultimate Universe would appear that it's coming back. That the maker is devising a plan to get the Ultimate Universe back in play, and Miles Morales is at the center of this whole thing.
Mhm.
Um, I have a very limited range of knowledge when it comes to the Ultimate Universe. I'm gonna have to do some back reading before this essentially Wednesday, and I'm sure I'll do a little bit of a wiki read. But um, I am excited for it. But I have one question for you, Nate.
Yep.
How do you feel about the artwork? How do you feel about Brian Hitch's artwork for the Ultimates?
Very, very lackluster.
Okay.
I understand the nostalgia factor because he
Mm-hmm.
was the one that busted the doors open. What was it, 22 years ago when Ultimates first started?
Mm-hmm.
And he was considered the cutting edge and like the house style, the be all end all. And
Yeah.
that's great. That was 22 years ago. It doesn't mean his art is bad, but it's certainly not going to be the thing that I think we're expecting on what Marvel is trying to put forth as one of their most exciting books of the year. Also, and I will just go ahead and put my bias on the table. Brian Hitch kind of runs his mouth a lot on Twitter, so that kind of turns me off too.
Okay.
Not necessarily even in about like things that aren't comic based. Usually, it's just comic based stuff. But
Yeah.
I just I wish I really wish we had Pepe Larraz here. Pepe Larraz and Jonathan Hickman. And we say that a lot. We like Pepe, I understand, but like Hickman and Larraz are the last time that we had a monumental blow up event book was Hoxpox, and
Mm-hmm.
it was Larraz or Albie Silva. It was those two guys
Mm-hmm.
just doing it back and forth with Hickman, and I think that we need that too. Obviously, Silva wasn't available because he's doing the other book with um, Hickman, but
Right. Well, and I think
Larraz should have been here.
you're scratching the surface on the base of this commentary, which is this style that Hitch is bringing was the house style 22 years ago,
Hmm.
and Marvel has I feel like Marvel has moved on. So this definitely feels like this is more like you were saying. It's more of a grab at a nostalgia stake. Hey, we're going back to this story to revisit, and this isn't what that is. I mean, this is something that's going to shake the foundation of Marvel Comics.
Hmm.
But the artwork itself it still kind of gives it that vibe. And I just don't know. Like, again, pick your poison. It may be your preference. It may not be for you. But for me right now, I'm kind of in that vein of like, I just don't know if it's going to be effective for me
Yeah, and
because the artwork might hold it back.
I will say another thing that is kind of turning me off on this book, where we are picking it up because it's it's central to Marvel, and we like to cover
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that's important. 52 pages. That's not that big of an oversized. 8.99 price
8.99.
range.
Yeah.
That's it's almost a borderline unacceptable to me. If it wasn't for the show, I wouldn't pick this book up
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
So there's there's a lot writing on this book
Mm-hmm.
that I think Marvel sure is putting all their eggs into one basket here. I think with
It's a
this one.
fair game. That's a fair assessment, I think.
So,
All right, our last Marvel book of the night is X-Force, issue number 41, The Ghost Calendars, Part 2. We've got Kid Omega, who has taken us to multiple multiverses, and we are taking out Beast one by one. This storyline in a bubble in itself is really freaking awesome. X-Force, I think, has an issue if you feel like if this is an issue, and that is there is a disconnect. There's a disconnect between what's going on in X-Force
mhm,
and what's currently going on in the Krakoan era. It just feels like it's not even really happening in the
mhm,
main X-Men storyline because you've got Colossus, who is the ultimate betrayer, who is seen as a foundational pillar
mhm,
of X-Force. You've got Beast going off rogue, and he's doing all these crazy things, but then when you read other X books, it's not mentioned whatsoever.
yeah,
Like, so X-Force just kind of feels like it's off in its own little universe. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
yeah.
it is something that's kind of in the back of my mind. Like, wait, how does this fit? Um,
Yeah,
but
this is
that,
something that's probably only a problem for people that are reading it concurrently.
mm-hmm,
Anyone that's going to be reading this in the future is it's going to be allocated appropriately. Okay, read X Force 30 through 41 before you get to um uh what's the issue that we just had with Colossus being bad. I can't even think of it, but
Immortal X-Men.
Immoral X-Men. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. So read these 12 issues before you get to Immortal 12 because they want to make sure that they get through all of these nice dandy Colossus
mm,
stories before we see them being utilized.
right.
Um, but I can totally understand how that can be a little frustrating as when you're reading it concurrently.
Yeah, it's a little weird. All right, usually we would like interrupt the show to tell you what we're giving away for our next, our next sub goal, but I haven't recorded yet.
Oh, okay.
We're giving away some stuff at 850 subscribers, so if you're not already subbed, hit that sub button.
950, sir. 'Cause
I'm
we
sorry,
already
950,
hit
not 850. Jesus, see, that's because I've said it so many times.
Mhm.
But at 950 subscribers, we're giving something away. Hopefully by next video, I'll have something pre-recorded, but just know that. All right, let's move on over to DC. We got World's Finest issue number 16. This cover is just amazing.
Yeah,
we've got a cybernetic Wonder Woman. We've got cyborg Superman. We've got the Metal Men.
mm-hmm.
We've got, I forget that dude's name. We got this book's
Red
insane.
Tornado,
Yeah, yeah.
GI Robot, and
Mm-hmm.
Chemo,
Just a
along
lot,
with
of
Metamorpho and Element Man.
just a lot going on, and I am super stoked. So,
Mm-hmm.
the storyline is a little out there, but it's been intriguing. This is the one issue where Mark Waid and Dan Mora are just killing it, and you've got a group of characters that you don't really quite may not know a lot about, but you're intrigued. Whereas with their Shazam, it's kind of like, I don't really care. So
That
World's
one's
Finest is
not
just
quite doing it.
World's Finest is doing it for me right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
All right, after that we have Nightwing issue 105 from Tom Taylor.
Being alert.
What's up?
This is another one of the experimental issues from
Mm.
Bruno Redondo and Tom Taylor. The entire issue is from the perspective of Nightwing. So
Okay.
you will be doing this entire comic in first person.
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I love that.
I love it too, but I'm saying if you are one of these people that likes to collect books that are important, or maybe you're on the fence about this book or something like that, this is going to be. We already see that the sequential story is worth like triple cover price already. So I'm not a speculator really. I don't really jump into all that, but this is an important issue. Make sure maybe save a Mylar for this one, even if you're saving the run. Like
I like it. I like that. That's
yeah.
good. Doing a little of something different here. As long as they're not dealing with that little girl in hell, I'm cool.
I don't believe they are.
Thank God. All right, let's move on. All right, next up we have Superboy Man of Tomorrow, issue number 3. This has been a silly goose time. It's been a lot of fun. We're in space. We're dealing with Connor, who just can't seem to catch a break, but now he might be finding. He's finding himself now. It would assume. I've been impressed. I know you weren't so stellar on issue 3 on 2, but it was
Issue
because of a
two,
certain
yeah.
character.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm digging it. I'm digging it right now, and we'll just have to wait and see where it goes.
Overall, I like where this kind of fits though in the overall super family scheme right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they chose this particular super family character to go out on their own adventure,
Mm-hmm.
so that we could get to learn them a little bit more. I'm
Right.
very unfamiliar with Connor, so that's great. Also, we like to sometimes throw out our covers of the week since we can already see the covers.
Right.
This is not my cover of the week. This is my cover of the month. Like
This one
this
right here.
cover does everything I want it to do. I
Okay.
love this cover so much.
Yeah. I mean,
It's I don't know. That's just right. I see this book and I want to read it.
it definitely has Daniel Warren Johnson vibes. I will say
It
that.
does.
Like it,
It
it
does.
feels like something he would do. But hey, let's give the cover artist his due. Like or their due. It looks great.
Yep.
All right, another Superman book, and it's Superman issue number 5 from Williamson Campbell. The Scream of the Silver Banshee. This also has been a multiple pick of the week for our show, and that's crazy to say because it's Superman, right? But it's been fantastic, and I think the only thing that I think we've said this before, the only thing that may derail this book is the inevitable artist change.
Yeah.
And just cross your fingers it doesn't happen because this duo is doing a fantastic job. This book is spearheading the entire concept of us picking up Superman books and Super Family books currently. This one and Action Comics both are leading the way for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. And I really liked where this story was kind of heading with Silver Banshee being in a relationship with Jimmy Olsen. That
Mm-hmm.
was really interesting. So yeah, let's get our one good issue in before we um absolutely
Oh
jump
God,
off the deep end into Night Terrors for 2 months.
that's the other thing I was gonna say, and I know I should have said at the front end of the DC books is like Night Terrors is literally ruining DC for 2 months. Like,
Yeah, I forgot. I was clicking. You said something about artists. And I was to see if he was solicited. And I was like, oh wait, why is there not another issue solicited? I was like, oh,
because of Night Terrors.
so
All right. Speaking of terrors, we've got Titans issue number 2 from Tom Taylor, The Death in the Family. Flash is dead. Is dead? Maybe. Yeah.
Totally. He's 100% dead. We all believe it, Tom. We all believed it the whole time.
Everyone's upset, right? All the comic skaters are upset that Flash is dead, and they want Tom Taylor's head on a pike, right?
Yes. We also have to have the headline "Death in the Family" or "Death of the Family," at least once every 2 years in a
Right.
DC comic. So
Mhm.
just let's get it out of the way. Death in the Family. Flash is dead. Okay.
Right. Death in the Family in DC, and then someone's got to get married over at Marvel Comics, and everybody's got
Yes.
to go to the wedding, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about our last book of the night, and that is Wonder Woman, issue number 18, Extra Size Spectacular. We are
Issue
picking
800.
800. What did I say?
18.
Oh,
18.
800. Oh, yeah,
I don't know what
800.
you were thinking of.
I don't know. But anyway, this is going to be awesome. This is kind of leading into Tom King's Wonder Woman run.
Mhm.
I have been desperately wanting to read a Wonder Woman comic on the show, but I just haven't really found a good jumping on point. And it would appear that this would be it. I'm excited for it. I want to read it. I want to get into the Tom King run. I'm also I'm not picking up cover A, even though maybe I should, because apparently we're going to be getting the daughter of Wonder Woman in this issue. I know that there is a Wonder Woman, daughter Wonder Woman cover that's coming out.
Interesting.
But I'm picking up the special foil variant, which I really enjoy. I think this looks really cool. But here's that cover that we're talking about here with her daughter. So there's that Mylar speculation there. If you're not picking up to read it, but you want to have something of value, there may be a potential here. This might be a cover you may want to pick up. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see where the run ends and where it's about to pick up with Tom King.
Yeah, we'll see. For me, this is a game time decision. Actually, I might even wait for you to read it and tell me.
Okay.
Because even though does have Tom King in it a little bit, this is technically the final issue of Cloonan and Conrad's run. It's even listed as a final issue. So I think when the reboot finally does happen in September, I think it'll be reissued as a number 1, which will be interesting.
Oh wow.
Or maybe at least for the first arc, and then they go back to regular. But
I kind of hope they go to a new number 1. I just kind of like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into reading.
Gotcha.
We'll see. For me, game time decision. But I'm in the same boat as I'd love to read a Wonder Woman comic, but
yeah,
maybe this is the time. Maybe not.
It's respectable. I get it. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's new Comic Book Day video for the week of June 20th. Let us know down in the comments, what are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? And what's your potential pick of the week? We'd love to know. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It would be much appreciated. We are on the road to 950 subscribers and really to 1,000 subscribers. We're right there, guys. We're on the cusp. We are, what's the word? I don't even know. I've got this idea where you're at the line. You're just at the cusp of the line. Is it Rubicon?
No.
I just want to say Rubicon, okay? Anyway, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And then obviously join us live this Sunday where we'll talk about all these books and more. And I do have a challenge. If we can hit 950 subscribers before this Sunday, June 25th, then I'm giving away not only the book that we're going to give away, which is this bad boy. Oh, God.
You're good.
This one. This King in Black spoiler variant segment. If we can hit 950 subscribers by this Sunday, I'm giving away this signed Donny Cates CG Secreted 9.8 Thor #1 Klein?
Yeah, Nick Klein.
Nick Klein sketch cover. So hit that subscribe button. If we get there, you could win that. But if you don't by the Sunday, then putting it away in the vault, and we'll give it away at some other time. Yeah, that's going to do it for this week's new Comic Book Day video. We will catch you guys this Sunday. As always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.